jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Yeah, what's good? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-Side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know the first in the building. Mike is on deck. Salute to you. I see you. Appreciate you pulling up. And everybody else, this is not going to be an extended one. This is not the hot grease moment. This is just a period of instructions on which I'm trying to find out some answers. That's all I'm trying to do. So, apart from the usual boxing talk, right? Shout out to Carlos on deck in the building. I see you, man. What we usually talk about is boxing, right? MMA. Along those lines, along those genres of combat sports, right? That's what we talk about. But in this YouTube community, it seems to have developed or breed individuals that have not only pretended like they know the sport of boxing, and some of them truly does, but to each his own on how you go about speaking on it. What I mean is, you have had grown people who are involved with families, loved ones, friends, family, relatives, step uncles. They have tried to come up with many, many different ways on how to generate revenue on here. And I always say this, right? That I don't get involved in these type of live streams, but I have been in response videos or reactions in my defense when people are claiming that you're broke, claiming that the status quo when it comes to character now, when it comes to character, it depends on how many views and subs that you have on here, how much money you're making and so forth. You have heard this time and time again. You know what I'm saying? So I say, you know what? It's grown over the previous years, the last several years, where you have these people who are willing to just release having a corporate job, just release that, do away with that expectation, and just go all in on a platform that can stop at any given moment. Arnold Brown on deck, I see you. It can stop at any given moment. That is social media. Any social media. It's just not, it just don't have to be YouTube. It can be any social media platform. It's not something that most of these individuals that are operating off this platform, they have not invested any stock, nor are they the creators and founders, co-founders, anything of that nature. But you've seen several times over on how this has become a common argument where certain individuals believe that this YouTube shit that establishes who you are in real life when it comes to status quo. Not anything that you've done that really sits with you permanently in real life, but we're talking about a generated virtual world where majority of these individuals, and people have seen my face, but I don't come on camera all the time. You know what I'm saying? But people know how I look. And you have certain people that has to be on camera all the time because they feel that that's the best way to generate whatever they're trying to make per month and to satisfy their monetary needs. Now, I don't care how much any of these people make. The purpose of me making this live is I seen an individual earlier that was basically telling somebody in his chat that disagreed with him that he make 100K a month. And I don't have no problem with that person saying they make 100K a month, but I just have a problem with the number for which they said they make it, for what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? The number, the monetary number, the amount that's supposed to add up to the work that they're putting in on the platform. 100K, yeah, that's a big number. All right, that's a big number. But when you say you're making it a month, I'm looking at it like this is my observation. I'm saying to myself, okay, if you've been around YouTube for quite some time and you're really trying to be the best YouTuber that you ever could be, the top 3% of YouTubers, content creators in life, if you're making 100K a month, then my biggest question is why not invest or save or something to that nature to get you another space to expand, to basically have your equipment, something that you can go to and rent every week so you can go there as much as you want. You know what I'm saying? You can just go there and you can dress it up and make the decor whatever you want the decor to be. You can hook up the sound system the right way because 100K a month, that's a lot of money now. It's some of these people on here that's much older that's never made 100K in their lifetime in a year annually. But to make it a month, that's very, very respectable. I want to clap it up silently. I want to clap that up silently if you make 100K a month from YouTube, from creating content. Clap it up. But my thing is, if you're going to brag about it online, but yet you're in the pantry doing live streams, I just have a little issue with that, man. Just a tad bit, because it's not that I'm bringing up your business. You brought up your business and you put it out to the general public. I always say that. I don't go searching for this. If you want to put it out there, I say, okay, I'll talk about it. But if you're making 100K a month, you definitely need to move out of the pantry or a cubicle, a nice little snug cubicle in your resident. If you're really trying to be that brazen freaking content creator that people tune into all the time. I just hate about, the only thing I really hate about that number that you put out there is that we really don't see it in the background. Like I'm saying, if you're talking about advancement when it comes to your brand, that's if you want to be. Not everybody's trying to make advancements like that. It is not my goal nor my objective to become one of the best YouTubers that ever lived. I'm not. That's not for me. But you see people on here making 3 channels. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get multiple channels monetized. They're trying to go through all the gimmicks possible. They're trying to base their channel numbers off drama, saga. You know what I'm saying? The headstones that I've done in the past is not to generate viewers and subscribers. But I'm saying if you're at a point right now where 100K is your base salary, then some of your subs, it's according to how smart they are. they should really question, like, where's their donations going? Like, explain to me that. Like, they want to see you with one of those studio type backgrounds, where the sound system is just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Just amazing. And you're able to go out here and you see your subscriber count just shoot through the roof because now they're saying, hey, so and so's level changed. I'm saying when TBV was, levitating from YouTube, to a different studio. Yeah, they're not there 24/7, but they did level change to a whole new studio with the setup, the core, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? I guess, with sponsorships and everything and enough in the budget to get a team, things can change. Why not invest into a team? You know what I'm saying? Why not invest into a team? Why not invest in something that, you know what I'm saying, if you want to have people come over to the spot and interview them right there, you can make it happen. That would definitely advance your viewership, in my opinion. In my opinion. But just from the comfort of a room, over time is you're gonna find out that's a ceiling that's been there for a long time. Like you're not gonna peak outside of that boundary that you have above your head when it comes to how you're gonna expand your brand. That's just facts at the end of the day. It's not that it can't be done over here. It's that is not my objective to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine where I'm at and what I do in my own time, retired. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. But I hear time and time again when someone wants to make an example out of attempt to make an example out of you, they'll say that you don't have the subscribers, you don't have the viewers, and as if to say you're living out the projects. I'm saying, come on, man. Where have life taken us, man? Where the twists and turns of maturity goes, man? The maturity levels can't be all down here right now. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible. It has to be a very steep slope, and people still trying to climb that hill to get to the peak of maturity, because it's no way that you can believe that YouTube is out here summing up a person's livelihood strictly off their live streams. There's no way. Strictly off their live streams on the viewership. So those of you that's picking up gimmicks, those of you that's, you're quick to tell somebody that come over to your chat that doesn't really agree with who you are, and they might say something slick. The first thing I hear, which is so cliche, is I make this amount, or you broke, or they just jealous. I don't think anyone is jealous about what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, how is somebody going to be jealous of what you believe that they know about what you're making on YouTube when they don't see it in front of them? You know what I'm saying? If they don't see it when they tune in to you, they tune in for, I guess, the information, the intel that you're putting out, and the community that you have evolved over the years. That's for anybody. That's why they come there, to listen to you. There's no one that's really jealous of what they don't see. They can't be jealous of what they don't see. So you can do 1,000 live streams and never mention what you make a month. No one to be jealous of what they don't see. But when something comes up and somebody has something with some of you cats, they have something, they disagree with you on something, and they might want to debate with you about something. If it doesn't work out to your satisfaction as far as tolerance, they'll go out and say, you know how much I make? I make this a month. I understand you don't understand what it is because you're broke. You're a broke nigga trying to come over here and be jealous and hate on me. You broke this and broke that. And these people don't know anything about what you got going on in life, where you've been in life, where you're going in life. You know what I'm saying? They don't have none of that. But it's just disturbing at the end of the day that if y'all content creators is out there coming up with the master plans, to generate all this revenue. And a lot of you are getting to a point where you're just about as old as I am, right? And Social Security doesn't buy in when you get to a point and you want to say, hey, I was a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Retirement pension. Everything of what you made on YouTube, hopefully you invested correctly and it's able to help you out for the rest of your livelihood. But I don't see where characterizing someone's status quo in life is based off the subscribers or viewers that they have or don't have. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're paying attention and to say, oh, so and so don't have no subscribers or viewers, they're very low, and their subscriber count has been this way for a certain this. Listen, for some people, you need to look at and really find out who they are. Like a lot of people don't care about any of that. But the ones who do always make it about money. And look, check this out. Those individuals that's always talking about money to validate who they are. You ever notice they're not really happy individuals? Like if someone is making that much money, they should be way more happy than that. They should be full of I mean, they should be so jovial and excited and do live streams with a smile because you're raking in the money. You're packing it away. You're saving up. You're making over $1 million a year. You should be absolutely happy. But most of the ones that talk about it, they don't seem to be happy about it. That's my thing. Like, I really don't feel no type of way about whoever makes what they make. It's just if it comes into my living room and someone says, and it's been some people that just lie, and they'll say, hey, so and so is broke, because of my subs, right? And I say, wow, that's just so easy for them to calculate something that they don't have any information about. But for me, I'm saying if you're sure you make more than I do a month, especially 100K, if you're making 100K, you make more than I do a month, period. You should be a bit more happier. There should be more smiles at the end of the day on this social media. You know what I'm saying? Y'all shouldn't be in your homes. You should be outside at a location that you're renting. Something that looks like a studio, something that looks like, you're advanced, your level changed. It's a place that you can invite people over if they're in your neck of the woods for an interview. Most of everyone live in a region where you can invite somebody to a spot that you're renting and you have it fixed up and the decors and everything mirror that as a true podcast, center. Something that looks like a podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's where, to me, it benefits your brand by you actually investing into a place that looks like a podcast and not your home. That's all. You know what I'm saying? If I was doing a podcast and I'm freaking, my camera shows that, I'm in a bedroom and shit, right? And the conversation come up and somehow you throw money out there. And however you choose to spend your money is up to you. But you going places, you're driving all these cars. I don't know. It comes a time and a place where keeping up with the Joneses with material stuff. I have material items, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like when it comes to this social media shit though, where does the slice of pie taste the best? You know what I'm saying? Where's it the most sweetest though? The whole pie is supposed to be sweet, right? We're talking about a pie. The whole pie is supposed to be sweet. So does the pie at home with 100K taste a little less sweeter than the pie when you go to a fight and you're showing everybody, hey, I'm driving around and I'm getting it. and I want to show that I'm much more financially well off than yourself because I can rent a luxury car, or I can wear a certain brand of clothing, or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying it gets to a point where don't that get a little old? Like the real hitters, they got the money, yeah. But they have items that they keep. They're not renting cars. They have items that they keep. They have their own type of display. They roll how they want to roll. You know what I'm saying? But what's the outcome? What's the end game to proving to people that you're making 100K a month? And to say that in response to somebody who's just taking shots at you. If they're taking shots at you and you don't know who they are, they can be somebody that's a millionaire. You don't know because your ego is shading you so much to the point where you just feel like that's gonna be your default right there. Anybody have a disagreement with you, it's gonna be your default to tell them, hey, I make this a month on YouTube. You broke. Because most of the time, if I'm covering the fight, right, I don't go around asking, certain people how much they make. If they're attached to a fighter, I say before I talk to them, I got to know how much they make so we can be on the same, you know, same intellectual level. How much you make? I know you got this fighter, but the fighter haven't made that much money. I want to see how much you make a year so we can have a decent conversation. I mean, I just don't get nothing from it, really. I can say this. I did grow up where, before social media, and pretty much who you knew is based off the contact that you had with them, and their character and familiarization came from that. Them building up their character came off familiarization and interaction. You know what I'm saying? Communication and all that shit. But this day and time, you have so many people that's assuming from afar that you know certain people. Now, a lot of times they turn out to be somebody else other than what you thought they were. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't take that much planning. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that much planning. Like, you got a lot of individuals doing the same thing on the YouTube. It's not really, one person that's outshining the other. Everybody pretty much has to have the same format. It's just all about the content that you're disseminating out to your listeners, how you're doing it, and really what you're doing it on. Boxing is all about drama, suspense, storytelling. That has pretty much bled over to content creators building up their platforms off drama, you know, scripts, charades, pretending, gimmicks. How long is that shit supposed to last? For the next 10 years? That's all. That's all. I'm not really tripping off any of it. I'm just saying, like, who gets off on this? You know what I'm saying? I've had my share of, putting people in the hot grease, but this don't have nothing to do with the hot grease. This is not even near the stove at all. I'm just talking, to grown adults. Like, when does it all come to a halt that if you really put this much time and effort into your own business, growing some business that you can call your own and not be a live stream away from being homeless if YouTube ever shut down? If YouTube ever shut its doors, there would be a lot of people that would be in the streets. If YouTube ever shut its doors, man, and say we're going to be down for a month, some of you would be hurting. If you're going to be down for 2 months, 3 months, people be losing their mind. Like, how can they do us like this? No, how can you do yourself like this? Like how can they do us like this and then give us ample amount of time to prepare for what they had in store? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Dan on deck. I see you in the building, man. Shout out to Conquest in the building. I'm proud of my container home. I tell them ninjas, let me see that SSA statement. and it better reflect what you say. Man, hey, you ain't never lie, Quest. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never lied because at the end of the day, man, let's just say for instance, you do make 100K. You know what I'm saying? That's your own business, really. And like I said earlier, nobody really knows what you're making unless you tell them. But if you go every day and you do the same thing, same live streams from the same place all the time, that's what people are gonna see you as. Now, if they can see in the background of your camera something special, like damn, that's a nice area you got right there. I see the lights, I see the studio, I see, you spent the money on the decor, the lights, the signs, everything else, the sound, all that. Then people start to say, okay, I can see where you investing, and you more than likely so and so's making this, this, and this. I really don't care what another man make, but I will speak on it if you make it a point to put it out to the public to basically um just validate your status quo over somebody that's in the chat that's just trolling you, and you want to tell them, hey, this is what I make a month on YouTube. The 100K still doesn't add up to the amount of time people put into YouTube, the amount of hours that they put into YouTube a week. You know what I'm saying? Based off the amount of years they actually been on the job. It doesn't add up. It's not a consistent payout. That's why you have cats that constantly have to change. They have to put on the cape. They have to put on the big nose. They have to put on the shoes. They have to change the hair color. You know what I'm saying? They have to find different instruments to play. They have to constantly come up with costumes. And I'll never do that shit. I'll never sit up here and act like a clown. I will ad lib and tell a sarcastic story any day of the week. But I'm not gonna go up here and put on costumes and try to be like other content creators who, do what they do. They've been doing what they do and it's working for them, cool. But if you're making this much money, be happy about it. Be joyful. Being joyful doesn't mean just reminding people in a negative light that, hey, I'm better than you because I make this amount of money. It's not the case. It's not getting nowhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got your listeners there too. Your listeners are the ones who supporting you that allow you to speak that talk. Say, hey, I'm gonna speak that talk, and tell you I make this much a month. It's just way off, man. You know what I'm saying? A real G. Why tell somebody? What you think if it's one G to another one, and y'all both doing the same thing, y'all not gonna get along because that person makes 10,000 less, and then like Conquest said, can you produce the tax form? And let's just say you can. You produce a tax form. Now what? It's based off numbers on why we can't communicate as equals. We can't communicate because your tax form say you make a little bit more than me. Man, shit is crazy, bro. JD in the building. Salute to you, man. I see you. I mean, I'm just saying it's a straight fact. You ask somebody to see some receipts or show you the title to some of their vehicles, they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these cats won't tell you that they gotta pay hundreds a month for health care. They ain't gonna tell you that they gotta pay this and that and the other. Common, monthly expenses that goes out. That's just the common rule of thumb, man. As grown adults, we do. We make a little bit of money, we spend it. You know what I'm saying? But the rich, they allow their money to work for them while they're sleeping. But for YouTube, you got some people on here to say, oh man, I got the same mentality. My videos will work for me when I'm sleeping. I'm making when I'm sleeping. Yeah, it may be, but it's not the same as having your own investments. I mean, your investments that you're responsible for. That's making you money. Not this accumulative based off somebody checking out your video, and hopefully you check the freaking money that you made, and it's averaging out. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to say, okay, well, I make 100K this month, so I can say I make 100K every month. We know that's a lie. We know that's a lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, listen, man. I seen you over there, bro. It's amazing that you even found my live stream, dog. I don't know who you are, but that shit you said, man, it was hilarious, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, shout out to you, man. I think Peludas. If that's how you say it, Peludas. I may be mispronouncing it, but shout out to you, man. Salute to you on deck. I can't tell nobody to remove somebody else's equipment, but there are certain advancements that people want to make upgrades, right? With the 100K they make a month. And buying equipment is one of them. You got to pay, you got to buy equipment. But I was a little confused one time at that guy, just based off the fact that, when he told me he had a bag full of camera equipment that he don't use because he rather take his mobile phone and work smarter, not harder. But you had hundreds of dollars of camera equipment just sitting in a bag. You never really dived into becoming a photographer because it's not something that you wanted to do. I get it. I get it. I get it. But, telling somebody, what I'm saying, that you make 100K a month to solidify who you are as a person, that means you're not happy. You're not content with what you have going on. You want others to feel a certain way, to one, either big you up, or for you to treat them like they're subordinate, like they're lower standard. They're in a lower economic bracket than you are in life. You know what I'm saying? So you speak down to them as if they're inferior. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I never gotten along with people like that. I never speak on money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm better than somebody else. I never did it, man. And for those who did it to me, you know what I'm saying? I always um, fuck with them from afar. You know what I'm saying? When I seen people, it's okay to brag. Like I ain't talking about people who brag, but I'm saying people who speak to you or treat you in a way that I make more money than you. So it's certain things they'll say in their language. Like I know you haven't had this right here before, huh? Yeah, you probably can't afford that. Look at that right there. Yeah, yeah, you'll never get that because you're not out there making that money the way I'm making it. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a generic brand in this. I got the real deal. Yeah, we go up there all the time and get it straight from the freaking designer. I'm like, okay, the YTC really has a lot of dudes living in a space where it's very limited control of them. To make the amount of money, let's just say they have a spreadsheet, they have a meeting, and usually it'll be with a team. Let's just say they don't have a team. The team is three people, me, myself, and I. I have this meeting and I have a projection on where I want the numbers to be in the next 2 years. You really can't do that with the YTC because it's not consistent with the viewership. Because if you're basing everything off reporting on boxing, a lot of what we found out is that in order for you to get those numbers elevated, you have to either one lie, you know what I'm saying? Well, let me take that back. Number one, clickbait, which more than time is a lie. So you got clickbait and lies all in one, you know? And then you have to go up here and exaggerate, but try to make it seem like it's some actual truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Some facts to a clickbait, which in reality is fiction. It's something that you're creating to make it seem real just to get people to tune in. All they want and they have settled for right now on this YouTube community is clicks. Their life has turned into a click, y'all. Not the CLIQ, but we're talking about the CLICK. They would rather get somebody just to click on the video and be disappointed rather than speak on something that's actually have facts attached with it. Not a derived story that you're speaking on boxing, because boxing is an annual sport, but in order to report on boxing all the time, you have found out that a lot of these individuals create drama. It's all about drama, drama, and more drama. It's all about reality TV. It's all about lying. It's all about criticism. It's all about belligerency. You know what I'm saying? It's all about defaming somebody's name. It's all about controversy. Those who be on here, they have to come on here several times a day just to make sure they keeps people attention. You can guarantee it's gonna be some controversy attached to it. I don't come over here all the time. It's not that I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then I have my spurts where I can come on 2 and 3 times, but I'm handling family stuff with moms, shit like that. But I'm not trying to be the best YouTuber. I'm really not. I'm really not trying to be that guy. I can talk my shit when I want to. Everybody by now know what my percentage or what level they grade me with knowledge. I'm not trying to be I'm not the best one. I mean, I'm not the king of no boxing or MMA and shit like that. I like looking at things, taking time off to expand knowledge on MMA and BJJ and stuff like that. Boxing is not my go-to. So when people say, "Oh well, your channel," I've heard people tell me, "Hey man, your channel can be this and then the other." Yeah, I know. That's if I was trying to be this awesome YouTuber, this awesome content creator, but I'm trying to be awesome. But I'm not trying to be a person that's fooling myself like I'm trying to achieve something that's unachievable. These cats want to be Jake Paul, and so they just don't know that how that whole process worked out for the Paul brothers. They want to be Cassinet. They want to be show speed. They want to be all these dudes that's young enough to be gimmicks and that the younger generation tune into. They got some dudes out there, I forgot his name. They have like 11 to 15,000 people tuned into their lives, man. These are young dudes. They have like, man, thousands. What about Aiden Ross? You know what I'm saying? Fresh and fit. I mean, even the Tate brothers, all of them, like they be having a lot of people tuned in to their stuff because they're just not talking about freaking boxing. Boxing is like a slow dance, and I'm telling you, dancing with yourself. The music's nice and slow and drowned out, sort of like elevated music, and you're really dancing with yourself, trying to create ideas on how to expand and how to do something different. So if there ain't people going at each other on the YTC, it's them talking about somebody else, or them creating some type of freaking beef. You know what I'm saying? Some drama, some reaction, some exposure video. Oh, I'm exposing you. It's some, it's some dirty, messy shit that goes on here, bro. Real talk. And hey, I've been a part of that, but that's not what I'm trying to make my life about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to. I've done reaction videos on people, but I look at it like this. There's something they put out for general record. I mean, public record, and I feel that I can do a reaction on it. But it's got some people trying to, go into your personal shit, trying to find text message and trying to get dirt on people and trying to expose. You know what I'm saying? Expose them and then talk about, Hey, you got to switch it up. You gotta be a creator. That's how you get 100K a month. You gotta goddamn make it about controversy. Controversy sells. So you gotta sell yourself out to do controversy every week. That's why they be talking about cats on here be faking beef with one another just to draw in crowds. You know what I'm saying? Just to draw in viewership. Some of these cats be faking beef. For real, you don't know what to believe anymore because these dudes, they try to make you believe they got a real problem, and come to find out, they be faking the shit. Shout out to Boston Conversation, Reggie Owens on deck. Salute to you, brother. Well, if you look at the color of the arrow, right? That guy was in it with somebody, and he said he's making 100K a month off social media. So my question, Reggie, was like, if you want to make it known, because I don't really talk about unless it's a reason, but if you want to make it known that you're generating that much revenue a month, why don't you put or invest or show your listeners that you are building up, or you have a studio compartment where you can build it up and put all the decor around, make it look like a podcasting station, a room, you know what I'm saying? A loft or something like that, something that looks more professional. If you're making 100K a month and you're trying to be the best YouTuber you can be, best content creator you can be, you know what I'm saying? He said he make 100K a month, and I'm like, okay, you put it out there to the general public. All I'm trying to do is dissect it and say, okay, why don't you invest it and get out of the room, and so you don't have to freaking be in a vehicle with traffic going by and people blowing horns that know you in the car doing live streams. That's not all I'm saying. I don't care about it. It's just, some people, their ego is so large. I just never like people who put money in front of character, genuine character. You put money up there. Oh, you broke. So I can't talk to you. I need somebody on my level. So pretty much what they saying is a lot of fake people that make pretty decent money, and they love to hang around each other. And then they'll come back over here crying, talking about, oh man, guess what? So and so stabbed me in the back. I thought we was cool. Y'all was never cool because y'all was trying to compete with one another. That's all I'm saying. You're trying to compete with one another. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing in the building. Salute to you. I see you on deck. Andrew Charles in the building. What's good? What's good? Salute to you. Shout out to the News by Shaw News. Sauce Experience in the building. Team Tucker Fish on deck. I see you, man. He said, yo, the thumbnail is hot grease. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it all out, man. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure it all out. When you have someone, I think Peludas was the one that was over there in the chat trolling, and that guy said he makes 100K. I'm just like, damn, 100K. You make 100K a month. So I'm looking at it like, where's the upgrades at? I don't get into a grown man business, but this is public record. This is PR. I try to tell people. They'll say, oh, well, WCS, you always, doing reactions to people. Shit. Once you make it public record, why be mad at somebody for doing a reaction to it? It's out here for everybody. So if it's out here, because we just seen Bill and Floyd go at it publicly, and we never seen that before, right? So I'm like, if you're going to tell somebody you make 100K a month, can't you just basically purchase something weekly and pay the money for some new equipment, some wall decor, upgrade your freaking your electronics devices, hire a 2-man team or something, someone to break down your videos, slice do a compilation, hook you up with some shorts or whatever, and expand it like that. You know what I'm saying? So your catalog can grow. Yes, you're going to be paying out a little bit more money than you would get just doing it in your living room, because you're basically making yourself look more professional, more presentable to your audience. And until they supposed to look at it like, okay, we see what you got going on here. I like it. I like what you got going on. And they invest. But some people are comfortable with the people that's investing in them right now. So they feel like, okay, why am I going to pay for something outside of the comfort of my own driveway when I can just take everything for myself right here? And then when the fight come up, I can freaking lease a freaking 2024 freaking Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Or I can rent a 1998 vet. You know, drop the top on them and drive around the neighborhood. I'm like, the only way I'm doing that is that I'm trying to pull some women for the day. You know how you get down in Vegas, but I don't know, man. It's just a little wild seeing, the older generation. They're really trying to, build this shit up the wrong way. Like some of them believe that they can compete with the youngest that's out here having 10,000 plus in the chat. 10,000. I've seen it. Like I've seen Young Pharaoh, right? I don't follow him like that, but Young Pharaoh dipped over here in the box community for a minute. I seen Young Pharaoh talking on some politics shit, right? I seen him have like 7,000+ in his shit. I've never seen a boxing channel. I never seen a boxing channel consistently have a quarter of what their subscribers are in their chat on an average basis. I never seen it. I never seen a boxing channel that has all these thousands of subscribers, but they barely even cracking 300 to 400 viewers per live screen. Something ain't right. Somebody should be focusing on hiring some what's that what's the name I'm looking for? They need to hire a group of individuals, not PR, but consultants, right? They need to hire the consultants and find out how to average out a quarter of what my subscriber rate is. So if my subscribers are 100,000, I need to find a way to average every time I go live to get that quarter average out there per my subscriber percentage. I need to at least try to average a quarter of what my subscribers are. Average. If you can do that and to get them to donate to you every time you go live, now you're talking some big time money. But I don't see it. I see all these freaking nifty changes and configurations and multiple channels and all these freaking softwares they buying, getting people to edit their videos and shit like that. But then you see all the dang subscriber count go up. And you talk about 100K, 200K, no check mark. But you're telling people that you make 100K a month, you don't have a check mark. So if you don't have a check mark, that's just bragging rights. I see some out here with a check mark and some don't. But if you got over 100K subs, but you can't break 1,000 every time you go live for a straight week, you need to invest in a consultant team so they can try to say, okay, this is what you're gonna have to pay, because you're gonna have to come out the pocket. They can say, this is what you need to do right here in order for us to get your numbers up. Some people are streaming across like 4 or 5 freaking platforms. I checked the box on that. Okay, good initiative. Good initiative. And they're able to, render, earn revenue that way. But I'm saying on this YTC shit with people who trying to prove that there are the creme de la creme of the YTC, which they're not. You never see them averaging 1,000 viewers a stream. And they got well over 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60, 70, 100,000, 130. And they can barely crack that egg and average 1,000 viewers a live stream, but yet they want to base their character and their socialization with those who they figure they can relate to based off, oh man, okay man, I see you man, you got 100,000 subscribers now, man, we can talk now. I couldn't say shit to you. You know what I'm saying? You was at 10,000 too long. I couldn't understand what was going on, man. I can't do that. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me get to this. Luda say, I'm gonna get my voice. I'm gonna get my voice out there. Shit. Maybe that's why he gave away 30K that winner never got. See, I knew this was gonna stir up the pot of freaking cold oatmeal, dog. You know what I'm saying? With no sugar on it. I know this was gonna stir up the oatmeal, man. Once the hitters came on deck. You know what I'm saying? Okay, since you brought it up in this public record, okay. Since Boxing Conversations brought it up, I didn't bring it up this time. But let's just say he brought it up for discussion. I couldn't understand. Like I couldn't get it. Like it's a lot of fighters that could have did that. But look, just say for instance, I'm putting myself into it. Let's just say, right, that first of all, you had to be a member. So you had to get all these people become a member to be in the drawing. Um, and your name be entered 2 times in the drawing twice. And then if you was a subscriber 1 time or something like that, it don't make any sense, man. Because to be a subscriber, you might have donated more money than the membership. Because a membership, depending on what you got, is like $5 a month. You might come over there as a subscriber and donate to the freaking channel. You're not even a member more than that. Anyway, if I'm winning 30K from spinning the wheel, I'm coming in there. I'm happy. Then I'm happy. I'm very very happy. But then to have a random person that you give 30K to, and for people not to believe it, like no one believed that 30K was meant to be anything except a big bold face ass lie, man. No one of us believing it. H Dub, H Dub, H Dub. See, Reggie, you didn't have to come over here and bring up the 30K, dog. H Dub, come on here, bro. Come on here, bro. You won, bro. What you gonna do, man? If that was me, I'll say, man, this is wild. This is actually true. I'll come over here and first of all, I'll do a reaction after I got the money, after funds was verified, not before. How was the money that was sitting up on the shelf? Where's the other 30K coming from? Somebody tell me that. Furthermore, if you make 100K a month, why was that 30K donated just to give to a random when you could have gave that to boxers? You could have purchased equipment. A Shaw News, you could have opened that gym when you wanted to say you wanted to help out the kids that was out there in the streets struggling, and you didn't want them to be on A&E or the first or second 48. No, you wanted to help them out. Well, 30K you could have told that same person that donated, hey, I'm trying to open up a gym. I'm trying to donate more money to be okay. Man, let me move from this conversation. Man, y'all be instigating. I swear to God, y'all be instigating, man. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz, some more OG in the building. Salute to you. You could have donated that to open up the gym, man. I don't like capping. For real. My sarcasm ain't capping, goddammit. It's just storytelling. But that shit right there, you say, oh man, this is bad. You know, you got the kids out on the street. And every time I hear a kid then got hurt or just became a victim, man, I want to open up a center, a youth center, man. I want to really bring these kids off the street and bring them in through the front door, take them all the way through the facility and bring them out the back door and tell them, hey, tell your parents to sub to my channel and become members. And we're going to continue to raise money to put furniture in here, okay? Don't tell nobody you walked all the way through the center from the front door to the back door and nothing else, okay? We're going to get it together. And we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony, dog. Shout out to Christopher White in the building, man. Salute to you. I see you on deck, man. Salute W says, I don't like when people talk down. I don't like the whole status based off monetary earnings that they really can't prove. Like, I never liked that. You know, it's okay when you see people and they got some good shit on, say, damn, bro, okay. All right. Damn, that's a nice ass ride. Okay. Let other people compliment you. But don't feel that, you know, in order for you to communicate with somebody, they have to make a certain amount of earnings. Bruce Gas, OG on deck. Salute, brother. 1.2 million a year. 1.2 million a year. That's when, if you making 1.2 million, that's when you go from being a silent partner to a loud partner, right? Or something like that. Like, that's enough money to invest in a company and say, hey, I'm a legitimate freaking owner of the company. I want to purchase stock. You don't have to be a silent partner. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to just put a 5 stacks in there and lose it. You can put something that's worthwhile that they can say, okay, we're going to get you a return on your investment. But, you know, that much money and you can't open up the gym that you wanted. I mean, something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. If you're going to open up a gym, I mean, when you was up here telling people, hey, man, I want to do for the kids, man. This is just bad, man. Yeah, them kids, man, they be out in the street. They just that and the other, man. They just getting in trouble, losing their life. I want to be the one. I mean, you're not investing in the kids if, you know, you're not even trying to take it serious, man. If you giving a 30K giveaway, that could have very well went to a facility. But you want to give it to a random dude who doesn't even seem like he's naturally excited. Like he's losing his mind that he just got 30K tax free money. See, don't blame that shit on me, Reggie. And Reggie came over here instigating this shit. Don't blame that on me, man. Don't blame it on me this time. My cousin has near 1.1 million subs, and he isn't earning 100K on YouTube. JD up here, you know, keeping the casket open. You know what I'm saying? How do you bury somebody and you don't even close the lid on the casket? That's just wrong. Because you say, oh, I got unfinished business, leave it open. How do you come over there to that spot and just piss on the plot, man? Knowing that it's gonna soak through the freaking dirt. That's just wrong, JD. For real. You didn't have to do that, bro. You didn't have to come over here and look around and then take a piss in that area and say, it's gonna do its job. I'm trying to grow a tree of truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to grow a tree of life, a tree of character, honor, dignity. Those who that's just wrong. You burying people with the casket open, and you go into that one little area and say, "Hey, I just want that tree to grow from here. That's all. So I'm gonna water it every time I'm walking down the block. I'm gonna water that motherfucker. That's what I'm doing. 1.2 million a year, and you can't open a facility with that. The lease can't be that high. The lease can't be that high, shawty. Come on, man. JD say his cousin got 1.2 and he doesn't even make 100K a month. I told you. You piss these people off, they're gonna come dropping some gems on you now. So Blue making more money than Floyd. Right now he's saying, speaking of that, because everybody's just over here with the shovel, okay? People up here digging plots and burying the people without closing the casket. Just disrespectful. But, you know, I heard the guy say that Bob Aaron can't compete with Floyd because Floyd's worth is 1 point some billion dollars. And I said to myself, first of all, competing with him how? I'm not even going to get into that because he's not putting on any fights on the level of that. Being attached to a network with ES, man, come on, it's not even worth talking about. And he's supposed to be locked down in another country because of open debts or whatever he didn't do. Come on, man. I can't believe somebody sit up here and say Bob Aaron can't compete with Floyd because his net worth is 310 million and Floyd network. Man, come on, bro. Come on, stop it, bro. If his network is that high, why can't he just clean his debts, pay for stuff outright? Why you gotta, credit? Why is there a credit with jury? Because you on rich people time? Come on, man. You get 10%, you're doing real good. Yeah, just 10%. That's what I'm talking about, Bruce. You just get 10%. Like, one thing we know about that guy is that he has over 150,000 subs, but he doesn't have the check mark. I'm just curious. I don't know, man. I don't know if he may be getting 100K. The 100K may not be 100% from YouTube. It may be from something else. He got that guy who loved donating to his channel and just throwing away 30K to a random. This can't be a boxing fan because there's so many boxers that could have benefited off getting new equipment or even just having a giveaway where you give 2,000 per boxer. So you divide 2,000 out of 30, that's a lot. Blue is crazy for real. 7:30. He touching a M. Danny Jacobs' voice, yeah. Yeah, and that conversation between Jacobs and that guy would be different in the hallway. If Daniel said, "I'm touching M's," that person said, I'm touching an M. Yeah, I'm touching an M for real. I don't have to get in the ring. I'm touching the M. The conversation will be a little different. You know, nobody does 25%. No, you gotta listen to it, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take time and goddamn find a Q-tip and put some wax in your ear. Don't find a Q-tip to take wax out your ear. Go find a Q-tip and get some candle wax. You know what I'm saying? Warm it up and until it's wet and put the candle wax in your ear and then go listen to his live. Man be capping for real. Man be capping. Charlie Chapman of YouTube, man. Man be capping, boy. He said he make 100K a month, but yet he cannot find a larger cubicle. You cannot find a leasing space. That is the actual diagram of the room that you see when he's live. I'm serious. I took an aerial view. I just put it in animation because I just wanted to make it a little bit more fan friendly for you all. But that's his actual area view of his whole home. Right there. That's it. You see the table? That's where he has his phone or his PC at on the table. The exact same setup, y'all. The checker floors in the bathroom, exactly the same. Exactly, man. I'm not capping. Exactly the same. I got some youth looking to go to that gym too. Hey man, y'all can get together, man, and have like a meeting so we can really try to get this set up over there in his grid. Really get him to invest in a facility. I know it's some old abandoned hotels over there. You know what I'm saying? You can have a gym on multiple floors, you know what I'm saying? But I know there's some lots, some old freaking food marts, something that you can invest some money into and buy. And buy some equipment, get some sponsorship, and let people know you're serious. Get BLK Prime. BLK Prime would definitely love to put their stamp on the facility. You know what I'm saying? We have more and more YouTube. I'm glad this popped in my head, right? We have more and more content creators from the YTC becoming BLK Prime affiliates. I like it. I love it. We went from a silent partner in the streets of Newark. We went from a manager slash Crawford hater to a BLK hater to being a ring announcer for the organization. Wow. What a transition. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't think that job is going to last that long, though, for real. Because you hanging around D-Town Boxing that can't even say boot Ennis. And he say boot in it. Boot in it. You hang around that motherfucker, you going to get fired. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get fired, dog. It's only a matter of time. I'm sure the president of BLK Prime, Zab, got that under control. Well, you know, that's why you see some people trying to be really good friends with Zab. They trying to be really close to Zab. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the president. You know? So they trying to stay real close to Zab so they can have one toenail in the door. That's all. But I'm saying, like, if you was open up a gym and you affiliated with BLK Prime, it'll be a good look both ways. You know what I'm saying? BLK Prime, them putting on fights on the network. And also you can have your brand when they go to a commercial. They can do a short commercial, a snapshot, or whatever of the facility and the gym and give you that exposure that you're looking for. Because both of y'all helping each other. That's the way it's supposed to be. But that's not the way it's gonna be ever, because that person don't want to pay the rent, the monthly rent on a facility, and then they don't want to have any fighters in there that's getting smoked by other gyms. From the rafters, fighters that came from the rafters down to the gym, and stopping fighters. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they want that type of activity. And then you will have to show up on a daily basis to make sure everything is running efficiently, because that's your brand now. You know, you can't be having fighters in there getting knocked out in sparring. You can't have holes in the roof leaking every time it rains, and fighters are suing you for freaking tearing their ACL, PCL, and MCL, and their careers over with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot going on. I don't want to use that sham. It seems like a sham to me. But if you're gonna donate that much money to a random individual and you're a boxing channel, why would you promote it and spending some freaking wheel? It just don't make any sense. Why don't you invest your own funds into that to encourage somebody to say, hey, I make 100K a month, and you have my word, Zap. You have my word, Zap. Shout out to Tyrese, man. Salute to you. I see you in the building. You know what I'm saying? And the winner is, yeah, man. That shit was trash, man. Man, that fake ass wheel, you know what I'm saying? And then that guy just coming up there like, dude, I'm embarrassed to even, be going through this fakery right here. I'm embarrassed, man. He's like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do with the 30K? H dub, H dub, H dub, H dub. I mean, I heard H dub. I mean, he said H dub like 30K. For real. He said his name like 30,000 times, man. I'm like, God damn, H dub coming there. He's not even smiling. Then he's just looking. Yeah, man, hurry up and get it over with. I wish I really was getting 30K. Hurry up, man. I'm not a good actor. What you gonna do with it, man? What you gonna do with it? I think me and the wife gonna go, and we're gonna go on vacation. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest. All right, then. Dude stayed up like less than a minute. He didn't seem like he was in any type of jubilee. He didn't seem like he was super excited. You just was handed a virtual 30K win, and then you take forever and a day, and the dude can't log into an account. Oh my God, man. And y'all support. Oh my God, man. It's just too much, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's just too much, man. It's too much. It's too much for me, man. What's going on, Rob? Salute to you, man. What's good? What's good? It's just too much for me, man. Y'all continue to, to say that I'll be hating on him or whatever. I don't think anybody hate on him. I think they just provide a bit more clarification as to the lies that's being told. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Is growth has ceased. Once again, growth has stopped as we know it. For somebody who's been around that long and they have to go through 30K giveaways, why not have a 30K giveaway every month? And this time do it different. Tell that same person who donated the money to come back and do it this time, donated to boxers, these amateur boxers or these young professional boxers. Go and have somebody record it and hand them cash money. Do a short interview prior to, and then hand them cash money. Right? That would get more people to tune into your shit, because then the gyms are talking. Go to the gyms, talk to these fighters. At the end, give them some of the donation of the 30K. That's how you get people to tune in. Come on, man. So and so came by the gym. I don't see you boxers. Look, I mean, these content creators is making all this money. I don't see them having no giveaways. I'm talking about cash money giveaway to these kids that's in their training. These kids that's 4-time national champions, 1-time national champions. Let me start. I don't want to just go to 4 like I'm singling people out. But I'm just saying, you did your part. Go there and tell them, hey, how you appreciate their hard work and dedication and what they achieve as an amateur. Start with the amateur ranks, man. Split it. It's 30K. You can do 15 amateur, 15 professional. That's 30K on deck. That's them boxers by word of mouth. They gonna tell another boxer, hey man, so and so came out here. They giving out. He gave out 15K. It's 15 fighters from different regions. He gave out $1,000 per, and then he gave out another $1,000, or however you want to split up the next 15K to professionals that was just starting off, that's not receiving that big paycheck. I mean, come on, man. You would have had people talking, but these cats are not willing to do anything except talk for themselves. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? When y'all gonna start just really giving out money and don't ask nothing back in return? Just do an interview and then give them a small donation and say, what do you have to say to your fans out there? They're gonna thank you because they have more money now. You donated. They're gonna remember your channel, but you don't see none of these. What? Look. Name me a channel that's been out here donating like that. They'll talk about all the money they're making and where they're going, but when have you donated? When you go to these freaking fight cards, when have you went to the gym? When do y'all go to the gyms? I don't see nobody going to the gyms, bro. Anyway, I don't want to bring up no freaking. But what I want y'all to do, man, is understand that it's gonna get better. Y'all help the brother out, give him suggestions. Don't troll him like Paludas was doing. They say, hey, somebody get him out of here. He's over there tearing blue ass up, man. Get him up out of here. Somebody get him up out of here, man. Get him up out of here. I don't know if y'all heard, right? But on a lighter note, when it comes to the actual sport itself, right? Um, I don't think I've spoken on this yet, but Ryan Garcia has made a astounding tour and is being embraced by America. You know what I'm saying? They have embraced him, man. They've pretty much shown him mad love for what he did to Devin Haney. They giving him crazy love. And I'm just sitting back and watching it, man. Like his security guard, the big brother that was with him, obviously I guess he's a freaking 6'7". He raps, hip hop, and shit like that. So at least he got somebody that's on his team that's on stage with him. So, he so look, the only thing I heard Ryan Garcia saying, blessed, highly favored. So he knew the hook, but he didn't even know the whole song yet. And he was on stage and people was cheering and all that. But the his security is the one who actually knew the song. But the only time Ryan Garcia was singing or anything was the hook. Bless. Highly favored. Bless. You got to get with the new. They barely carry out sentences, and bless. Highly favored. And I ain't mad at him. Real talk. I've been critical of Ryan, and I still am. But him making these tours and people showing him love, I'm not gonna waste no oxygen hating on the dude, because he's a pretty boy, and people want to say, "Oh man, you did." If they're a real boxing fan, they know better. You know better. You know better. He didn't do anything. Look, like I say again, man. People always gonna, I don't care if you remind me, but you're not gonna convince me, bro. You're not. You're not going to convince me that Haney won shit, but yet Ryan beat him, and he goes around doing a champion tour. It's amazing, man. For real, you really should be a bit frightened on how this new generation Z, um, this new social media and everything, embrace these people. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And then people saying, well, 3 pounds. I understand where they're coming from, though. 3 pounds really didn't have anything to do with skill. I get where they're coming from. Truth be told, you got some people that's gonna like that match real quick when you come up here. Hey man, Timothy Bradley said it should be an asterisk by Ryan Garcia's name. But hey, you got the hitters, you got the shakers and movers saying, hey, 3 pounds ain't got nothing to do with skill. Once again, 3 pounds don't have nothing to do with skill. Once again, 3 pounds don't have nothing to do with skill. And they make a valid point. 3 pounds don't have nothing to do with skills, yo. So if he went up there and he was able to um make this happen, you know what I'm saying? If he was able to go up here and get the win with no belt, you gotta ask yourself, what are they looking for in the sport of boxing? Let me keep it moving to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Their press conference is coming up in about a couple of weeks. And Jake Paul is looking like he got with Jarrell Miller's freaking supplier, and they just said, "Hey, let's just put this cocktail together. It'll get you the weight you want. You're gonna be looking a little bloated, okay? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be looking a little bloated, but we'll get you all nice and plump, so you can look just as big as Mike Tyson on there. You even gonna have a better physique than he got." But Jake Paul has put on all this weight, and they have a press conference coming up. So I don't think it's gonna be anything like the Mike Tyson of old. And I know damn sure that Jake Paul is not gonna test the freaking sanity of Mike either by doing something crazy. I don't think him or Logan will want to test that because Mike Tyson still got teeth in his mouth. He still got that inner younger Mike Tyson, that lunatic that'll come out at any given time. Come on, bro. But it's picking up steam, man. It's picking up steam. They're gonna be wearing 14-ounce gloves, heavier gloves, and lower rounds, lower minutes per round, 2 minutes per round for 8 rounds. So those of you that's betters, you can put your money wherever you think it is. You feel me? That's all I can say. Put your money wherever you think it is. Wherever you think is going to benefit you, put your money at. Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia did their grand arrivals, and I didn't see anything special about it. Like the lady that was up there, I had her name, but she just kept on asking for a knockout. A knockout. Two Mexican fighters, Oh, you're gonna get a knockout. You can't say Jaime Munguia is gonna knock out Canelo. Who has knocked out Canelo? Come on, and who is Jaime Munguia knocked out to the level of Canelo? Nobody. Nobody. He ain't knocked out nobody on the level of Canelo. John Ryder wasn't on the level of Canelo. Just because he went the distance, man. Canelo just went the distance with Jamel Charlo, man. So people believing that Jaime Munguia is going to go in here and flatline Canelo. And they believe Canelo is going to flatline Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia is undefeated. Who has flatlined him, man? I'm just saying, we seen Dimitri Bivol go the distance with Canelo. And he was landing some shots on him. And Canelo never took a knee or anything. So I don't know why people up here talking about this fight as if Jaime Munguia is just going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Jaime Munguia going to go up here and dominate Canelo. I want to give, shout out and prayers to Francis Ngannou. Real talk. He's been on my mind, a lot lately. For somebody to send a tweet out there. Everything is like publicly based now. Like usually somebody say, we ask that you give us privacy. But Francis, he said something to the media about losing his 18-month-old son. I'm not sure how he passed, but he said, somebody teach me how to, like, this is not what you would do in everyday life, y'all. Real talk. Like, I'm serious. Like, Francis Ngannou losing his son, man, I know it hurts like hell because I lost my son that way. You know what I'm saying? I did a live stream on it before. I even put the picture of my son that was in a casket and stuff, man. On the day I was supposed to go back down here and pick him up from grandma, and my oldest, that was my first son. I know where he's at with it. I cried all the way down from the trip from DC to ATL. I just still couldn't believe it. I was going to get him and he passed. Ambulance, everybody in there trying to revive him. Come to find out he had a heart tumor, or something that was behind the main artery or whatever, because I just had him checked up before I went down there. So when I'm sitting in there getting my car worked on, and this random guy that works there at Pet Boys, he said, "Hey, your name's so and so. Hey, you got a phone call. It seems like it's urgent." And my girl at the time said, "Hey, so and so passed." I said, "What? What? Ow?" And I was like, I gotta go. And it had already got around Pep Boys. They said, "Oh man, so and so son just died." And they was finishing up my car. And then I don't even think they had me pay, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rushing home. And I don't even want to get into it, man. Francis Ngannou losing his son, I don't know how he did it. I mean, like, I don't know how his son passed. So being that I don't know how much it affected him. Was he killed? Did he die of natural causes? Because that does have an effect on somebody. But prayers go out to Francis Ngannou, man. Real talk, cause man, that's super tough. I've been there. It's super tough, bro. Super, super tough. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, you know, Terrence Crawford is making his rounds, and he's being very vocal about his commitment to potentially unify the 154-pound division. With that said, as I put out here before, is that Turk Al Sheikh is putting on a grand card in Los Angeles, a heavy card, and now um, Deontay Wilder, potentially Deontay Wilder and Jared Anderson will be hosted on that card if Wilder get past Zhang. It's not a guarantee that he get past Zhang based on what we seen. Cause look, don't tell me, don't come at me as if I'm putting it out there that it's not guaranteed. I'm going off what Wilder said as far as his hunger. He said he had lost the hunger. He said to Turk Al Sheikh said, we want the old Wilder back. The one that the Bronze Bomber want to catch a body. Wilder. You know what I'm saying? They want that Wilder back. The one from the Breakfast Club, the Bronze Bomber want to catch a body, and people just lost their mind. So he said he has a regenerated, renewed sense of hunger, and he's ready to go in there and let it be known against Zhang. So if he's able to beat Zhang, Jared Anderson made it perfectly clear he want to step up to big names. So his last fight, it looked mediocre, and I think why it looked the way it did because they didn't want him to go in here and dominate or run through a guy that really, you know what I'm saying? I guess they want to try to set the stage for a potential him and Wilder fight. That'd be a good look for freaking Jared Anderson. For real, that'd be a good look for Jared. Wilder's fought at a higher level, though. Wilder's fought at a much higher level than Jared Anderson. Let's not even play like that. That man went through a trilogy with Fury. He's been in there with the Ortizes. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there with all the other big names. Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there with some big names, man. So for Jared Anderson to be stepping up his competition, it's a good look. For the Bronze Bomber too, that's a good look, man. That's a good look. And Jared is not a freaking knockout artist. So it's gonna be people up here talking about, oh, the way Wilder. It's all based off what we see from him fighting Zhang. And one thing I must notate again with an underscore is that Zhang is 40 freaking years old now. Now before he step in the ring, he gonna have to drink a cup of Geritol now. I don't know if he's gonna be on some Citracel or some Metamucil. But he's gonna have to goddamn have some fiber before he goes to the freaking ring. That man's 40 years old, yo. And they always talking about how old Deontay is. But Zhang is 40 freaking years old. Somebody get that man a freaking a goddamn a brand new what's they call them thing? A sports bottle. Somebody get him a sports bottle because he gonna need that shit when he step in there with Wilder. So, if Wilder go in here and have one of those devastating knockouts that we used to seeing on the highlight reels, oh my God, him and Jared Anderson fight. I'm telling you, that fight is gonna really supersede that of freaking Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz. Real talk. And look, check this out, people. I'm gonna put something out there that you ain't heard before. Check this out. Wouldn't it be crazy though to attempt for Turk Al Sheikh to try to up the line, get Jared real big baby against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, to have Anderson and Miller finally settle the score on who's the big baby? Wouldn't that be great? Right now, to me, it seems like a grand time. But long as we get these fights out the way with Zhang and freaking potentially Anderson, but it would be great if Jarrell Miller goes in here and have a very solid performance against Andy Ruiz and potentially, possibly catch up, get a win. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like a draw, but get a win over Andy Ruiz and set up a fight with Jared Anderson up the road to establish who's the real big baby. You know what I'm saying? Who's the real big baby? That is something that's been lingering out here in boxing forever and a day on who's the real big baby. But anyway, the situation with Crawford and this card, I like it. It's going down August 3rd, 2024. Shout out to Turk Al Sheik for really giving us a forecast on a fight that's going to be epic. I'm talking about this fight is an absolute tornado. There's been a lot of tornadoes touching down lately. This fight is absolutely incredible. And people talking about Majramov like he actually have a chance, man. He does. I'm not gonna lie to you. Majramov have a chance. He have a chance. He has a chance. I know Crawford's 40-0, but Majramov have a chance, y'all. Just like every other fighter, 40 of them that's done walk down from the freaking locker room all the way to the ring, split the ropes, and got their ass knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying all 40 got knocked out, but Majramov have a chance, just like every one of them, to walk down to the ring, split the ropes, and get their name introduced, and then Crawford put them paws on him. He has a chance, man. I'm being honest. I'm being as sincere as possible, bro. Shout out to Big Turk. He's doing big things in boxing, man. I love it. I love it. I also have heard that the guy they call Al may be potentially stepping down. I really hope he doesn't, though. I don't. I hope he's able to put something together to find, when you dig a hole that deep and there may be people looking down at you that's standing on top, maybe they're not there to reach and give you a hand to pull you out of that hole. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Maybe him stepping down is the reason why they can't get a network. Maybe he feels like that's the only way that PBC can survive, as if he's supporting them from afar. Because people just look at this as something that's fun and games. It's not a freaking carnival when you're talking about someone investing a budget. They won't even give an annual budget to them. They won't even give an annual budget because this man don't show his face and what he's been able to do and whatever they found in the books. Whatever they found in the books, people. Whatever they found in the books. This man has been rumored to possibly step down. I say stay over there because I like hearing those fighters talking about they got to check with Al, or thanks to Al, they got to check with Al. Thanks to Al. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing this entire fight card, man. And the main event being a fighter that they rolled off so many times, man. You know what I'm saying? If I was extremely petty and bored, I would definitely like to show y'all some of the you know some of the comments I be getting. They saying Crawford moving up to 154, and if he's sleeping on Majamov, he might find himself sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. I like it, man. They have no other turn corner to turn in recognizing Crawford's 40-0, opposite of 31 knockouts. They have no other recourse except to show and give respect and pay homage that he did it. He did it. You know what I'm saying? You know, they say God don't like ugly. I don't like talking about religion in these particular situations, but he went in there and handled business inside the square. And that obviously earned the respect of a lot of people in high places. One being Turk Al Sheikh, and that's what we got going on right now. He's coming over here to the U.S. footprint, and guess who's headlining the first card? That's history, y'all. That's history. And look, Crawford's gonna make this look easy, bro. I'm just putting it out there. It may not end early, but Crawford's gonna make this guy's too slow for him. I don't know. I don't know why that shit keep dropping like that. That's from boredom. Um, Not from someone getting knocked out in the Canelo fight. Shout out to Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Salute to you. I see you in the building. But Zhang ring mileage as a pro is low. Only 27 fights. I hope Wilder's back, but I don't know if he we'll ever see the Bronze Bomber back in form again. Well, when he was in form, people say he was out of form. You know what I'm saying? When Wilder was in there sleeping them with the right hand of Ambien, people were saying the only reason he's sending them to the land of Nod is because he has a puncher's chance. But yet they criticize his technique, form, and his overall skill set always. But see, if you want to talk about Zhang, you know, not having that many fights, the man has been put down before. You know, he's been dropped, and his head. I mean, just come on, man. His head is big enough for Wilder to close his eyes and swing, and he's gonna hit something. He's gonna hit a forehead, a jaw, a chin, nose, the back of the skull. And Zhang head is huge, man. And Wilder just don't get dropped and knocked out like that. Joseph Parker landed on him real nice, and he still was on his feet. And that fight was terrible for Wilder. So it's been some big dudes that get dropped by Wilder, man. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see whether I think Wilder still has that window where the power is the last thing to go, bro. The power is the last thing to go. For real. The power is the last thing to go. And I gotta say the same thing with Wilder. You know, I know he wasn't able to land a right hand on Joseph Parker, but Joseph Parker trained with Fury leading up to that fight, and they had a solid game plan that worked out great. Solid game plan. And it worked out great for them. That's all I can say, bro. That's all I can say with that. They had a solid game plan that worked out for them. Let me go to one more over here. Um, I've said what I said about Hummy McGee and Canelo Alvarez, grand arrival. Um, my last thing was this: Shakur Stevenson, Javante Davis. I don't know how that's gonna play out. You know, Shakur Stevenson, um, having a signed contract, but from what I heard from a close source of mine, is that potentially this fight may finally come to fruition with Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Don't really hold me to something solid, but it may potentially happen. It may potentially happen quicker than you think. We all know first he has Frank Martin, and we're gonna leave it at that. All right. But y'all, I'm out. I'll be back on tomorrow. I know it's Wednesday. Hopefully everyone has an outstanding Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that's leaving for work in a matter of hours. Big salute to the hottest chat in the MF game. A side official, no negotiation needed. Period. You already know. I'm out.